Now, is it so wrong for a man such as myself to play Minecraft? Okay, especially during quote unquote summer vacation. Huh? I don't think so. See, the reason I said quote unquote there is kind of the whole premise of this video because I'm like, hey, listen, school is about to get out. I'm about to graduate. It's going to be great. I'm going to have all this time that I didn't have previously to make videos. It's going to be so cool. I'm going to have a ton of fun. And then, the prospect of college, yeah, that popped up and kind of threw everything out the window because listen, I'm not gonna lie with you, I have no idea what I want to do in the future. Okay, I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I want to do. Like I'm clueless. Okay, and everyone you tell that to says it's okay, most people don't know right now, blah 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 blah. But you know what, does that actually help anyone? Because I feel like it's only short term because I listen, this might sound selfish, but I don't care about what everyone else does. I'm worried about what I'm going to do. Because listen, what happens if everyone else eventually figures it out? But that's besides the point at the, oh shoot. Did I hit myself with the egg? But that's besides the point. Let me tell you guys a tale. So it was about, I don't know, halfway towards the end of the school year. So it's like past halfway. It's like we're like the final quarter, I'd say. And, college deadlines start popping up, what you want to do for college, blah, 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 blah. And everyone's kind of like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going here. And, oh, shoot. And during high school, I took the classes to go to a 4-year college, okay? That's the classes I took, because some people want to go to, like, community college, and some people want to go, like, to all these other places. Some people don't even want to go to college. But my whole intention was, I don't know what I want to do for college, but I want to make sure I'm prepared to do anything I want to do. So we got to my senior year, and that's when I realized, oh, shoot. I totally don't know what college I'm going to go to or anything like that. And that's when I realized that I don't want to be an idiot. Oh, I won. Dang, what was I talking about again? Right. So that's when I realized that I'm totally going to go to community college, okay? And even though I could have gone to a 4-year, I chose not to. And you guys want to know why? Because anyone who doesn't go to community college is an idiot. A very smart idiot, but an idiot nonetheless. And listen, I don't want to generalize, okay? There's some people who rightfully so shouldn't go to a community college depending on like what job they want to get or something like that. I don't know. They want like the experience of like a regular college experience. I don't know. Everyone has a variety of reasons. So I don't mean to generalize. You're not an idiot if you go to a 4-year. I mean, yeah, listen, if you go and you get like all these like grants and scholarships and you're going to a 4-year for free, then dude, go ahead, be my guest. But if you're not, you're going to be in debt for like the rest of your life. And that's no fun. That's no fun. Okay. See, I took a personal finance class in my senior year because I was taking like the required math class, and then my parents kind of figured out, they're like, hey, yo, wait, you're not going to a 4-year, you're going to community college, right? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh shoot, so just you should take this class instead, it's like super helpful and stuff. So my parents brought up the proposition, and I sat there, I was kind of like, maybe, I'm gonna have to think about it. And they're like, yeah, of course, it's your decision. So they emailed my counselor, and they're like, yo, so if he decides to do this, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna die? Is he gonna implode? Can he even do this? And I guess for whatever reason, my counselor took that as, oh shoot, Sean's gonna take this class, yeah, let's do it. And then a few days later, I'm like in my math class, and then I get like a call slip from, no, it wasn't a call slip. I think my teacher like pulls me aside, and I just like, hey, I don't know why she just didn't bring this up until like, I don't know, the end of class. But she's like, hey, so why your name isn't showing up on the roll sheet anymore? I don't know what's up with that. And then like, I'm like, that's weird. I didn't do anything. So then all of a sudden I look at my phone, and there's like 5 missed calls from my mom. I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? And she answers the phone, and she's like, oh, when I call her back, and she's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, listen. You, the counselor didn't even tell me, but she totally switched your class, and you're not supposed to be going to your math class anymore. I'm like, what? Like, what? She's like, you're supposed to be going to this class instead. I'm like, oh shoot. So basically the next day I come to school and I just don't go to my math class anymore. I go to this new random class, and it's called personal finance. It's basically a class that will prepare you for the real world when it comes to like everything, like finances. This is like a class students should take, but it's not mandatory, and a lot of people don't take it because like you need a certain amount of math credits, and you can't get those credits if you take this class. So I mean, there's a lot of people who are taking it because they're like, oh, this will be useful, but there's also a lot of people who've taken it who are like not the best students. And if anyone's watching this who's in my class, you were a good student. I'm talking about the other ones. But that's besides the point. You know, I was kind of a little hesitant going in. I was like, bro, what? They want me to like practice a job interview. They want me to do this. They want me to do that. You know what? It was like the easiest A I've ever gotten in my life. And I've probably learned more from that singular class than I have in any other classes. I mean, that is the sole reason, well, one of the main sole reasons that I even have like a job right now. I got my first job and I am internally thankful. So yeah, it was a pretty good experience. But that's besides the point, right? Because we're talking about community college. What you can do, man? I'm joining this fight. Oh shoot. Huzzah! But anyway, so now that I decided I was going to community college, I had to do a lot of stuff, but I also didn't have to do as much as everyone else because everyone's, you know, freaking out about scholarships and essay deadlines, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, imagine having to worry about that stuff. Like, I'm going to community college. Okay, I'm not going to be in debt for the rest of my life. Because that's honestly the main reason I brought this class up, was because as soon as I took that class, any worries I had about going to community college completely out of the window. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm like, so wait, you're telling me that everyone who goes to community college is going to be like in debt for the rest of their life, and you can get the same education and the same opportunities, if not more, from going to community college instead of a 4-year? Like, that's crazy. I mean, and I was like, so what's the downside? And like, the only real downside is like, you don't get as many, like, you don't get like the social aspect of it, okay? Which isn't really a downside if you're socially competent. So let's just hope that I'm good socially, because I think I'm pretty good socially, but college is a whole different ballpark, and I just won the game. So eventually, towards like the end of the year, it's finally time for me to decide what I'm majoring in, what classes I'm going to be taking, yada, yada, yada. And that comes again with the fact that I have no idea what I want to do. It's crazy. I still don't. So, you know, I get on like a little Zoom wacko call with my counselor, and he's kind of saying like, what do you want to do? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I don't even know. Okay. But then I thought, I was like, you know, I do this YouTube thing. Of course, I didn't like tell him that, but like, I was like, I do this YouTube thing. That's pretty cool. It's pretty fun, you know, maybe something like that. So, you know, they recommended like broadcasting, and they're like, oh, you can do something in editing. I was like, oh, that could be fun. And that's kind of when I realized that like editing is cool and all, and I enjoy it. But my favorite part of making videos is like recording them. Editing's like a boring sideshow until it's not. Sometimes it's fun, but most of the time it's boring. You know, so I kind of like set everything up to like do broadcasting or video editing, something in TV, and then I kind of like reflected on it, and I was like, dude, that sounds actually boring. Like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Like, no offense, I'd rather keep, you know, editing as a side hobby. So then I thought, I was like, what would be cool? You know, I kind of really just need to pick a major right now. I don't really need to figure out what I'm going to do, because originally I was majoring in, I think it was like broadcasting or something like that. And oh shoot, like I said, I reflected on it, and I was like, that's going to suck. So now I'm majoring in communications, because I like to talk, and everything that like sounds interesting as in a future job career, you know, kind of fits in that, what the heck? Yeah, blah, 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 communications major, you know, something I want to do. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But the main thing is, now it's time to pick classes, right? And, you know, my parents, you know, they went through this with my brother, so they kind of know what's what. And they're like, okay, this is how we want to do it. And then I think we're wrapped up. I'm like, sweet, we're done. I've picked my classes. It's cool. I'm down with them. And then my counselor's like, hey, you want to take any summer school classes? I'm like, summer school? That's so dumb. Who would want to purposely take summer school? And then my parents kind of look at me and they're like, oh, it could be like a pretty good, you know, opportunity. You know, you could take really easy classes. I'm like, I don't care how easy my classes are. This is summer, bro. I just came off of a super easy senior year. You think I want to take some classes where I actually have to try hard? And then they said my kryptonite. Okay, they said online classes. And something you got to know with online classes. Listen, I've taken online classes before with the whole pandemic and stuff, and I will tell you this, that is like school on easy mode. I will take that any day of the week. Like, yeah, the social aspect I would love, but like, dude, if I'm doing online school, it is just ridiculously easy. So I start weighing the pros and cons, and my parents and counselor are telling me, oh, you'll get to take less classes in your college years, which will make them easier and you'll have more free time. And these classes are also independent studies, so you won't have to go on Zoom or like interact much with your teacher, and it's gonna be super easy because we'll only set you up with like easy classes, ones that you won't have to like work so hard. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. So only 2 classes. One's like a communications class, and then my mom is like, hey, you should take a life readiness class. I'm like, listen, I already took personal finance. I do not need a life readiness class. If you give it to me, it's going to suck because I'm not going to want to do it. I know myself. Usually that's not the attitude I have, but when I take a class that I know I don't need to take and I'm just taking it for like whatever reason, it's all online. So I'm probably not even going to process as much as the information. It's like kind of dumb. So I told my mom, I was like, dude, Mom, I'm not taking this class. And she's like, oh yeah, okay. Come, when I get my schedule, I'm taking the class. I'm like, bruh. Oh, shoot. And speaking of my schedule, when I get the date, my classes start, sit there, I'm looking at them like, wait. That's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before I graduate. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that I'm gonna have to be in school and take college classes, even though they're online, during finals? Oh, Pigol, why haven't you been uploading? Oh, Pigol, why have you said like you're so busy, dude? I thought you didn't have a life. Oh, Pigol, blah, 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 blah. That is what I've been doing this whole time. Holy cow. Okay, don't get me wrong. The college assignments, they're not that difficult, but they're not easy enough to skim past without a second thought. Because it's college, man. Everything is narrative essay. Ooh, free response. Respond to a classmate. Oh, but it's got to be like 8 pages long. Of course, most of those are exaggerations, but listen, that's what they feel like, okay? Thankfully, I took like a college prep English course, which was like the easiest thing I've ever taken in like my entire life. It was honestly kind of sad, like how easy it was. Like our teacher was cool, but like our teacher, like we didn't do anything. She sat there and she like taught us for like, not even taught. We like read something at the beginning of the period for like a few minutes, and then and then she's like, oh, do the assignment, and we just did the assignment and then just chatted out with our friends. It was pretty cool because I had a friend and my sister was in that class, and it was fun. But the good thing is, I'm writing essays in the class. I'm like, wait, I thought she didn't teach us anything, but like I'm realizing that whenever we had to write like a bazillion essays in that class, I can actually use what she had us do in those on these, and it works. And then we had the whole thing where I almost like, failed on the first day. I almost got kicked out of the class on the first day of class because, man, we had to do an assignment, and the assignment was like, oh, do this really quick little introduction or you get dropped from the class. And I did it. It was like some video recorded thing on something called Flipgrid. I don't know what Flipgrid is. Do you guys know what Flipgrid is? And then she was like, oh, if you don't do this, though, you get kicked out. I was like, sweet. I did it. I was a good student. And then all of a sudden, the next day it gets graded and it's a 0 out of 10. And she's like, oh, student did not participate. What? Turns out it was a misunderstanding. I don't know what happens. In computer issue, I emailed the teacher. I commented on the assignment. I did everything I could. And then she responded with basically, oh, my bad, bro. I'll fix that for you. And so far, I've 100% in both my classes because I've yet to get anything wrong. Whew, I'm a good student.